here at the Department of Revenue today, and we have a few discrepancies. I was here on April 11th and showed all my receipts that I am caught up on child support. And on April 12th, you guys sent me another notice stating that I haven't paid child support and I'm $744 behind. And I'd also like to show you, John, this is from February 10th, 2009. My credit report, it shows that I paid $60,055 of child support because I obviously was behind or something, but I never paid this and I never owed this. Okay? And I'd also like to show you your records for the court date. I was told that the final judgment was done in 2017. And my records show that in 2006, the final judgment was done. And the reason that is the courts committed so many felonies by falsifying so many documents from the period of 2004 to 2017 that they destroyed the case file and made up a fake case file, which is a new case file. Now, when I accused Judge Cheryl Thomas of these crimes and Joan Montagno of these crimes, they destroyed the whole case file and made up a fake one. Are you with me so far? And I've got the records right here to show you. Would you like to look at them?
Not at this moment.
Okay. And then I have...
Mr. McKeever.
Let me finish first. And then at that point, I'd like to show you some letters that you sent me on January 3rd. Let me make sure I got this right so it looks right for us. On November 9th, you sent me a letter that says I owe $927.50. And that's 2018. And then on January 3rd, you said of 2019, you said that I owed $56,577. And then on October 30th of 2018, I guess I went a little bit out of order, but this one says that I owe $54,000. And then on October 25th of 2018, it shows that I only owe $556.50. Now I want to remind you, malicious acts removes your qualified immunity. I think I've showed you felonies and discrepancies in this case. And here's the full case before they deleted it right here, sir. And this goes all the way back 2013 to 2014. And then we'll go back to me being here on Monday. I showed the lady there at window 7 all my receipts that I'm caught up on my child support. And the very next day, you guys sent a letter out saying that I didn't pay any of this. Do you understand? Now, when I accused these judges and magistrates, Cheryl Thomas and the magistrate Joan Montagno, of these crimes, they sent somebody out to run me down in front of my house. And then when I reported that crime of somebody trying to run me down, the state trooper took 3 days to come out, and it was in a Pasco area, and he falsified documents on the dates, which I have records of that. And at that point, I went to the Pasco County Sheriff's Office and showed them 190 felonies from these two judges and magistrates. And at that point, they falsified 30 documents to back it up, to hide the whole criminal case. So I went to Internal Affairs, and I showed Internal Affairs of Pasco County this case. Are you still with me? And she threatened me and said if I don't drop the case, that I wouldn't like the outcome. Now, this has gone on for 18 years of my life of you guys falsifying documents.
So first, can I ask, are you recording this, sir?
Yes, sir, I am. It's my legal right. This is my constitutional protected activity. This is a public lobby. I am recording.
And you're recording video?
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, so in this case, I would please ask you to stop the video recording.
You can ask all you want. This is my First Amendment constitutional protected activity. So I will not be recording. I just reported a bunch of crimes to you. If you fail to report these crimes, sir, you will lose your qualified immunity. Do you understand, John?
So at this point, if you won't stop the video recording, then I'll need to end our conversation today.
We won't be ending the conversation. I just showed you a boatload of felonies, sir. Now, I was here on the 11th and I showed my receipts. Do you understand? This is what I was told to do today.
Sir, what we're going to do is we're going to send it up to our regional manager. You may not video record here.
I may, ma'am. This is a public lobby from the government. This
audio recording. You may not continue video.
Ma'am, I know my laws, and I've been told to do this by my counsel, and this is what we're going to do today.
At this point, I'm going to ask you to leave the building.
You can ask me, but I would like to know. I want to make sure my license isn't going to be taken. You guys took it from me for 6 months last time. I couldn't afford to re-get it.
We cannot continue.
I was here on Monday, and I showed her my receipts. Do you understand? And your name is?
Danielle.
Danielle what?
It doesn't matter.
Ma'am, you are a public servant. You have to identify. Do you understand?
You have to stop video recording.
Ma'am, it's the First Amendment.
No.
I'm allowed to record in a public lobby.
You are not allowed to video
This is a
record.
public lobby. And this is the only protection that I have for myself at this time. Do you understand?
You may continue your audio. You may not continue your video.
Well, if that's what we're going to do, I'll go ahead and set this down. But I've got what I needed on the recording. So now let's continue.
Okay.
Am I going to lose my license here?
I have not.
I showed you guys receipts that I'm caught up on Monday. You sent the paper out on Tuesday saying that I didn't come down here and show my receipts. I just told you that a judge and a magistrate, after committing felonies, and then I accused them of it in a courtroom, that they sent somebody out to run me down. Do you understand?
When were you?
That's an attempted murder charge. Do you understand that?
Excuse me? An attempted what?
Murder charge. They tried to have me run down after I accused them of this. And when I reported it to the police officers...
The Department of Revenue did not have that done, sir.
Ma'am, I just told you a judge and a magistrate had that done. When I reported it to the state troopers, which they had no business being in, it's out of their jurisdiction, do you understand? So when I reported it to Pasco County Police Department, they falsified 30 documents against it.
I'm going to give you this card.
I've got one of those cards, and when you call it, it talks about Medicaid.
No. This is a representative for the department for escalated cases. If you would like to contact him, his name is James Holloway. He will be happy to assist you.
That's fine, ma'am, but let me let you know. Failure to report for people that take an oath to the Constitution, public servants, when you fail to report, that's a crime. I have just shown you plenty of crime. I have told you about crime, and I have the paperwork right here. Do you understand? Failure to report is a crime. And I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm not trying to be a mean man. It's just this has gone on for 17 years of my life. It's time for it to stop today. And my counsel told me to do this. I can't afford to have him with me. Do you understand?
John is attempting to assist you right now. You've shown him the paperwork. You've explained the situation.
I certainly have. And John's going to report it, and so are you, right?
Yes.
You're going to report these crimes.
Will you give him this card, please, for James Holloway?
Yes, I will.
And like I said, I'm not a an angry man. This has gone on for a long time now. My son's turning 19 this July.
Okay.
I've never missed a payment ever on child support. And you guys are still saying I owe $54,000. Come on, man. You know, that's going to take me till I'm 65 years old. That's
Okay,
going to be
I haven't
30 years
reviewed
of
your
me
case,
paying
so
child
I'm not aware
support.
of the details.
I've told everybody up here, I've recorded the last 4 times that I've been here. Kim, I don't think that's her real name. She gave me a card that had a blank name and wrote in a name. I can't find her on the internet as a public servant
Okay.
or an employee of the Department of Revenue. So that
She is.
probably
She's the-
means she
she's
gave me
the
a wrong
manager
name.
up here.
Okay. So what paperwork do you need so I can keep my license, so I can continue to eat food and work?
So in the notice, it said that you're past due by $744. Now, because of the timing of when the notice went out, and I see a payment that cleared to your account on April 12th of $370. So subtracting the 370 from 744, you still have a past due balance of $374.
We're going to need, I'll need an audit today of my beginning payments in 2000, what was it, 18?
So you
Because
can
she told me 21, yes, last time I was here.
you can,
And there's also different numbers on this. Do you understand?
so you can request a full payment history from the clerk of court.
I can request that from you also.
No, sir.
No.
I
You
read
don't
it.
have the ability to generate a payment history. The clerk of
From
court
the Department
is
of Revenue doesn't have
the clerk
records
of
of
court
it.
for child support cases. The clerk of court is the official record keeper of payments and pay histories and account balances. So the clerk of court is who you need to request the payment history from. Also, because you just received the notice, another option, if you're going to be at the clerk of court, is to contest the suspension.
I just told you, a magistrate and a judge have falsified over 190 documents in this case.
So
I have
this is
proof
what-
of it.
I'm just explaining your option.
You're
with
saying,
what
I
we-
know,
with what
but
we can
just
do.
stick with me for a second. You're saying that this case started in 2017. Here's the court documents right here from the courts that show 2004. So what happened to all these entries and all this case file right here was destroyed. Do you understand what's
No,
happening?
No, sir. We may not have gotten involved in your case until 2017 or 18, when our records began.
There's no records of this case right here. I'm showing you court records and court paperwork, and there's no records of this anymore because they destroyed the case file. Do you understand? You can't destroy the case file unless I okay it, because I started the case.
Who destroyed the case file?
The courts, ma'am. As soon as I accused the judge and magistrate of committing all these felonies against me, that's what they did. They sent somebody out to scare me and try to run me down in front of my house. I have the insurance claim. I have the police reports of the exact same day that I accused them of these crimes. And within a week, this whole case was destroyed. This no longer existed. And we have paperwork of this. Do you understand the severity of what's happening here?
Well, that's something that you need to take up with the clerk of court. That's nothing that the Department of Revenue has any control over.
Ma'am, I showed my receipts on the 11th. On the 12th, you guys said I didn't pay.
Okay, that may have been, when you make a payment, it takes a couple of days to clear through the system.
Hey,
It's
you guys
very
have been
easy that it
dishonest
got
a few
crossed.
times that I've
You
recorded.
made the payment, our system didn't pick it up until the day after. So yes, another notice generated.
So how long do I have to make some money before you take my license here?
So the notice went out on,
Because if I was caught up on Monday and she said that I was caught up on the 12th, now I'm not caught up and I owe what? How much did you say? 370?
so when did you make the payments? What are the dates that you made the payments? Because right now I just see the one payment that credited to your account.
For how much?
For $370. Did you make another payment?
I showed her, I'm going to go slow. I showed her 3 receipts. I showed her all 3 of these receipts. One's
Can I
for
see those
$370.
receipts, please?
I'll put them up to the window because these are the originals. She has the copy. This is one. Can you read it? It's at the top. It says child support payment. One's for $370 and 2 of them are for $185. That caught me up on child support. And now you're saying that I only have 1 receipt of $370?
Can you, the little tag at the top, can you fold that up so that I can see the dates at the top, please? Because again, as Danielle mentioned,
See?
it takes a few days for payments to clear.
Especially
The 22nd of March. That's more than a few days. I was caught up.
We don't see those payments for up to
So-
5 days.
Here's the receipt.
Those payments,
It's April 12th right now, right?
March 25th,
Today is April 14th.
that cleared.
And then the other date here is 0401. That gave you guys 11 days for that to
And that
clear.
was how much?
And that one right there is child support. That's the one for $370.
Okay, we have that.
And the one in 0325 2022 is for $185.
We have that.
And then we also have that's 25, and this one's on 322. So I was caught up, and she said that I was caught up on Monday. Pardon me?
For 185,
For 185, yes, sir.
we have that too.
Okay.
And you guys are saying that I'm
Hold on.
still
So
$300 behind?
From 325 was the date, right? When did we see that payment? I
The,
just want to give you an idea of how long it takes when you pay at Amscot for us to actually see it in our system,
we saw
so that
that
you understand.
on 329.
So that was 4 days.
Hey, I just told you guys, a judge and a magistrate, I have police reports that they tried to hit me and run me down because I accused them of committing 190 felonies against me. Do you understand that?
I
They
understand
falsified
what you're saying,
190 documents. And for you guys to failure to report is a crime because you've taken an oath to the Constitution. Do you understand? To be honest and protect my rights. That's your job, to protect my rights.
No, our job is to make sure that child support is being paid and to
Did you take an
enforce
oath to the
existing
Constitution
order.
for this job, ma'am?
No, sir, I did not. No, I did not. I'm not an attorney. None of us here are attorneys. We didn't take that any kind of
You're a
oath.
public servant. You didn't take any oath to get this job.
No, I didn't.
Ma'am, you guys are hearing this, right? Okay. So where are we at and what do I need to do to keep my license so I can continue to work?
So
We've already
Have a
proven
couple of
twice that I'm caught up.
So you're not caught up. You have a past due balance of $374.
Okay. And how long do I have to pay that?
You have
Because today's Thursday and I'll have to pay another $185 tomorrow. I mean by Sunday.
That's correct. You have a weekly payment of $185.50. So to stay current, you need to make sure you make that weekly payment of $185.50 every week, and at some point in the next. What I would suggest doing is making the your weekly payment and the $374 at the same time, so that the system recognizes a completely even balance.
What's your last name,
Doesn't
John?
trigger another driver's license suspension notice.
What's your last name? You have to identify. You are a public servant. You do, sir. Do you have an ID number?
No, I do not.
You don't have an ID or a badge number or any identification numbers at all.
So those are your options, sir. I've helped you as much as I can.
John, this isn't going to be good for you. I'm trying to be a good man. I don't want to see you. I don't want to see any. I'm allowed to. This is a public building.
we're finished. We have to.
If you guys retaliate and take my license,
If you're going to video record.
you can walk away, and I understand.
I told him that we have to terminate this conversation because he's radio recording.
Okay.
All right. Well, I appreciate your guys' time today, and I'm sorry that I seemed aggressive, but if this was happening to you, you would be aggressive also, wouldn't you? Do you agree? That if this was personally happening to you, wouldn't you agree that this is wrong? I showed that they destroyed over, what would that be, from 04 to 17? 13 years of a
So
case
this
file that they
conversation is
destroyed?
over if you're video recording again.
I'm sorry?
This conversation is over if you're video recording.
You know this is a public building, right? And you know this is a public lobby. That's my first amendment.
I'm aware of that.
It's a
And
constitutionally
other customers
protected-
are also entitled to their confidentiality.
You've got an empty desk, an empty desk, an empty desk, and an empty desk. And it's not my job to protect other people's paperwork. That's your job to protect it from the public, not mine.
And if you're recording and they're having conversations that are caught up on your recording.
Nobody's having a conversation here. Nobody's at any windows. There's nobody in this building but me, ma'am.
You need to stop recording now, please.
Nope. Hey, man, just to let you know, John, don't take it personal. I'm just trying to straighten all this out. I have nothing against any of you guys. I'm trying to explain to you what's going on. If you can just kind of soak in what I said here today. A malicious act removes the qualified immunity thing. You know that, right? And I appreciate your time. And please don't retaliate and take my license away because I've showed these crimes. I'm not a bad man. I've just been done wrong and I'm trying to straighten it out the best that I can. Okay?
Have a nice day, sir.
I will, man. And thanks for your time, John. And I don't remember her name, but tell her thank you and